ever found yourself feeling tired and depressed? Do you find yourself slowly gaining weight? Has your stress level at times reached unbearable levels? If so, you are part of what is fast becoming a worldwide epidemic, an epidemic that health professionals are calling burnout, metabolic burnout. While it may feel like a hopeless situation, there is a solution to the problem. Dr. Barnett Meltzer is an internationally known world-class medical doctor. Dr. Meltzer has been a board-certified physician and surgeon for over 30 years. He graduated Phi Beta Kappa from an Ivy League medical school and did his surgical training at the UCLA and UC San Diego medical centers. He owns the distinction of being the very first medical doctor to enter into the private practice of preventative medicine in Southern California. He has seen over 50,000 patients and has been a pioneer in bringing preventative and alternative medicine to the American public. Listen now as Dr. Meltzer shares with us how we can conquer burnout and increase our capacity to live.
You know, it's very exciting. We're living in a very interesting time right now. We're coming to a very important crossroad. A major turning point is taking place right now. And that turning point is very simple. The wave of the future is preventive medicine. Waiting for a coronary or a stroke or deciding to change your lifestyle because of a crisis is actually a wave of the past. Wellness, the wellness revolution that we're into, is happening right now. What is that about? It's about being vibrant, being healthy, taking responsibility for your life, being empowered to be vibrant and radiant. That is what we're talking about, and it's happening right now. You know, it's interesting. What people ask me often is, you know, as a doctor of preventive medicine, what do you do? What does a doctor of preventive medicine do? The key is that you want to facilitate and encourage people and educate people so they can stay well and fit and vibrant and healthy. They need tools to do that. That is what a doctor of preventive medicine is about. So I ask you for a moment, take a look at a few questions for yourself. Can you afford to have more enthusiasm and energy in your life? Can you afford to have more passion for life itself? If you answered yes to that, then you're a candidate to get into preventive medicine. Now let's take a look from another side. Can you work and play as well as you did 5 years ago? Can you keep your focus in a high-stress lifestyle? Of course, most people are going to say no to that. My point is that wellness is here to stay. You know, from thousands of patients, I've probably seen about 50,000 patients in my day. It seems like 5 things come up. 5 things come up with everybody. People complain about or concerned about. And what those are very simple. The number one thing you hear from people is fatigue. Doctor, I'm tired. Doctor, I need more energy. Doctor, I need more get up and go. You hear a lot about that. Number 2, you hear a lot about weight gain. People would like to lose weight. Number 3, you hear about a lot of stress. People are under a tremendous amount of stress. Number 4, you hear about people talking about depression and anxiety. And number 5, you hear about people wanting to have more time to relax. So isn't that interesting? At a time in our life when there's more interest in fitness, more interest in nutrition, more knowledge about wellness than ever, at the very same time this is happening, there seems to be an epidemic of people that are tired and stressed, what I call metabolic friction, what I call metabolic burnout. It's almost as if there was a virus spreading around that is affecting most of our country. Right now, something like 80 to 85% of the people are actually experiencing fatigue. And when you're in the clinic with patients, they'll tell you about it at different times of the day. This one's tired in the afternoon. This one doesn't have energy in the evening. This one doesn't have enough time and energy to play with their kids or do their projects. So what's happening is that this major change is taking place. People are trying to figure out how to stay well. What can they do about this situation? And that is what we're here to talk about today. What can we do? What can we do today to make a difference in how we feel? The question of why wellness? Why wellness? Very simple. Wellness increases your capacity to live. It increases your capacity to laugh. It increases your capacity to work. It increases your capacity to love. It basically increases your capacity to live life to the fullest. So when we have this friction taking place, this burnout that's taking place, the statistics are overwhelming. Right now, 2/3 of our population is overweight. Last year, 100 million prescriptions were written for antidepressants. So what are we dealing with? We're dealing with a society that has what I call the tension fatigue syndrome. People are stressed, they're tired, they're fatigued. So the fact is, now, right here, right now, you're in the right time, you're in the right place. Now is time for some action. What can we do about it? What are we going to do about this epidemic that's taking place? If I had said to you there was a virus that was spreading through the society, through this building, through our culture, through your family, you'd say to yourself, what can we do about it? Let's get onto it. Let's do something right now. We must take action right now. Well, what I'm saying is that this epidemic is here to stay, and we must do something about it. Now, let me give you the solution. You know, I've been in practice for many years. I've seen thousands of patients. There is a solution for the metabolic friction. There is a solution to the tension fatigue syndrome. There is a solution to this burnout that seems to be affecting all of our lives. And it's very simple. The solution is superior nutrition along with a balanced lifestyle. Now, the details of a balanced lifestyle we won't go into today. Basically, for those that are interested, the details and the interactive components of doing that are pretty much in my signature book, The 10 Rules of High Performance Living. But what we're going to talk about today is superior nutrition. What does that mean? And what role can you play in superior nutrition? And I want to pick a subject today that is dear to us all, and that is staying well and focusing on one important component of superior nutrition. And that is nutritional supplementation. You know, it's interesting. Had you come to my lectures back in the early 70s, you would have heard me say, food is your best medicine. Food is your best medicine, and we don't need nutritional supplementation. And if you came to my lectures in the early 80s, you'd hear me say, food is your best medicine, and you eat the right foods, we don't need nutritional supplementation. But things have changed. Somewhere in this industrial revolution, somewhere in this high-tech lifestyle that we went to. And as the shift is gradually taking place more towards wellness, as that shift is taking place more towards preventive medicine, a gradual shift is taking away from people depending on drugs and doctors and technology. That shift is here for now. So in that superior nutrition, we must take a look at supplementation. The environment has changed. We have environmental stress. We have erosion of soil. We have soil and wind erosion, unwise farming practices, artificial fertilization. All these things have taken place here in the last 20 years. You know, one great thing with the high-tech lifestyle, things are more efficient. Things are becoming more rapid. All the technology changes with the cell phones and the email and the fax machines, etc. But what's happening is we have a crisis at hand. We're going to talk about two important crises today. The first crisis is the fact that there is an impending current health crisis in our society. Because this fatigue, this burnout, this stress and this depression, if you study it and you follow these patients long enough, down the road, these people wind up with heart disease, cancer, diabetes, arthritis, stroke. So what's happening is in the early stages, see, for a doctor of preventive medicine, what you want to do is you want to attack. You want to attack the problem. You don't want to wait until the people have symptoms of disease. That's getting too late. What are we going to attack? The fatigue, the tension, the stress, the depression, the weight gain. That's what we must attack. And so interesting, if you really follow it, it's invariable. The more tired you get, the more mental stress you have, the more emotional stress you have, the more strain you have in your life, that's going to lead to what? Nervousness, uneasiness, and a desire for more food, and a desire for more food to reward you and please you and comfort you and pleasure you, and more weight gain, and more fatigue, and more depression, and it becomes an endless cycle. So we have to do something about it, and now is the time. And supplementation is no longer a matter of choice. It's no longer a matter of option. It's no longer a matter of preference. Supplementation today is obligatory. It's mandatory. It's necessary for us to keep up with the changing times. The times are the crisis we have in the culture in terms of health, and the crisis that we're facing today in the soil, in our very, very own ways of providing nutrition for ourselves. So from my perspective, the supplementation industry, the supplementation concept is here to stay. It's something we all need to embrace. Those of us that are willing to take responsibility for our health and our family lives and get involved need to know that this is an essential component to our well-being. The idea that we must supplement, we must fill in and fill up some voids that are now missing. So this is a very important concept, and it's very gratifying to me to see that a couple of years ago, In the Journal of the American Medical Association, which of course when I was doing my surgical training in the industry, it's called the JAMA. When the JAMA speaks, everybody listens type of thing. And we know that JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, has come out in the last couple of years and said that they believe that individuals who do not supplement their diets are at higher risk for heart disease, cancer, osteoporosis, and other degenerative illnesses. And that's really what we're talking about. It's kind of like the breakdown. If you follow through the tension fatigue syndrome over time, it becomes a degenerative problem. So let's talk about what makes a supplement outstanding. What do we mean by superior nutrition? And what do we mean by a supplement really making a difference in our lives? So I want to introduce a concept for you today. And that concept would be basically that of what makes a supplement nutritionally significant. Because see, we know that everybody these days, just about 80–85% of our population, is taking some type of supplement or vitamin. So what makes it significant? Why would one supplement be better than the others? What's the difference between one and the others? And what I want to go over for us is what's involved in having a super high-powered nutritional supplement. And I'm going to call this nutritional supplement an action supplement, just like the action you take. So we're looking for a supplement that has action, that has performance, that has power to it. High performance, powerful, action-oriented supplementation. That is going to be the solution that's going to get us involved in superior nutrition. Now, what goes into a high-performance supplement, what goes into a power supplement, what goes into an action supplement are some vital nutrients and ingredients. Let's just say we're going to call them super nutrients. So it's your job on a daily basis. The whole key here in your supplementation is very simple. You get a chance to adjust your daily level of super nutrients. Super nutrients, the nutrients in your food that take charge of your body, that empower you, that keep you fresh, that keep you mind clear. You know, I always use this analogy with my patients. The body is a rechargeable battery, just like a battery. If you recharge the battery, if you do the recharging properly, what happens? The battery functions and does well. If you recharge your body battery effectively, your body will do well, have energy, and perform well. So super nutrients are necessary to recharge our body batteries and revitalize our minds. And another key component of super nutrition is that we have to find a way to develop what I call nerve power and mind power. Because the stress levels have become a way of life. I mean, wherever you go. If I interviewed 100 patients and I asked them to describe for me whether you have a medium, high, or low stress lifestyle, well over 90% will tell me they have a high, medium, or high stress lifestyle. If you talk to youngsters, you talk to teenagers, talk to kids in high school, and you say to them, describe for me, do you have a high, medium, or low stress lifestyle? They're telling me that they have a high stress lifestyle. So basically, we need supplementation to give us nerve power, to give us mind power, to help us deal with stress and fatigue. So what are the crucial ingredients that go into a super performing, super nutrient, high performing supplement? And what these are clearly vitamins, essential minerals, antioxidants, and immune boosters. So let's go through it and see if we can determine what in specific we need to do to make sure that our supplements are high performing, that our supplements are nutritionally significant, and helping others guide them so when they pick their supplementation, and again, something like 80–85% of the population today is taking some type of supplementation. And the focus, of course, is wellness, not to have expensive urine. So we need to get clear what's involved here in getting an outstanding supplement. Well, the first issue for all of us is we all know that vitamins are important. I mean, vitamins are necessary for health in all ways. The B vitamins in particular are what give you nerve power. The B vitamins help your nerve endings. They help you deal with stress. They help ground you. They help you deal with tension. So pretty much any high-performing, super nutrient, significant nutritional supplement is going to have vitamins. But that's not enough. That's not enough. And let me come back also to emphasize another important point. We know supplementation is necessary. What kind of supplementation is necessary? It's been my experience from studying it carefully that liquid supplementation is superior to tablet, capsules, and powders. That's a clear-cut winner, because what happens with liquid supplementation, and in any supplementation, the critical factor is, the medical term is called bioavailability, which is just a fancy way of saying what gets absorbed. In other words, if you're taking vitamins and supplements, the crucial issue is what's getting into your bloodstream, what's getting into your cells, what's getting into your liver. Now, we know that liquid supplementation affords somewhere close to an 85 to 90% absorption. So by the time you finish drinking your liquid supplement, you're just finishing the glass, it's already working in your system. Now, the problem with pills and capsules and tablets is they don't absorb fully. In the best of hands, you might see a 10 to 12% absorption. And what happens is that you leave a film or a residue. And so taking too many vitamins, people are taking 10, 12, 14, 15 vitamins, interactions, leaving sediment, leaving residue. This is not effective. In other words, when was the last time you saw a pill growing on a tree? You know, it's just something that you just don't see. So let's get clear that in our super nutrient approach, in our high performance approach, in this action-oriented approach, we want a liquid supplement. It's also safer for kids. It's safer for the elderly. It's softer on the stomach. It's easier to absorb, easier to digest, and when prepared properly, can be kept in high quality, high enzyme solution to give you the action you want. So this liquid supplement we're talking about, to be significant, needs vitamins. But what else does it need? Because that's not enough. That's not enough. We need essential minerals. Essential minerals are the spark plugs of your machine. They are precise, they are powerful, and they get the job done. Your body, as a matter of fact, vitamins would not function without minerals. Your body without minerals could not function. There are different kinds of minerals. They're involved in different processes in the body. We can think of minerals, for example, structurally. They're important for our hair, our nails, our skin. But the real key to mineral supplementation is in the metabolic range. And metabolic meaning the body cells, the chemistry of the body, how the body functions, how the enzymes in the systems function, how the tissues get energy. You will not be able to generate energy. The cells, the DNA, the RNA, the mitochondria of your body, they need minerals to get you to function and to be energetic. As a matter of fact, it's very interesting to me. If you look at a graph and you could see the increase in degenerative illnesses today, the increase in the heart disease and the cancer, the increase in childhood obesity, the increase in pediatric depression, the increase in ADD, the increase in Alzheimer's. At the same time you'd see all these increases, you would see a decrease in mineral and mineral balance. You know, at one time, there was something like 100 minerals in the Earth's crust. Today, in the last couple of hundred years, we're fortunate to have something like 72 to 73 minerals. Now, some of the minerals are considered major minerals, of course, calcium, magnesium, potassium, minerals like that. Then you have your trace minerals, your zinc, your chromium, minerals of that nature, and your ultra trace minerals. What's interesting is that we have found that you need something like 67 to 70 minerals in your body to be well. Now remember, wellness, vibrant, radiant, enthusiastic, balanced living. That's how many minerals we need. Now isn't it interesting, if you went to the most organic farm and you took the best fruits and vegetables and you broke them down and you added up how many minerals you had in the best fruits and vegetables grown in the most organic of circumstances, you would find that you had somewhere between 20 to 25 minerals. Not nearly enough. And studies have been done, for example, individuals that are deficient in zinc, or individuals that have low levels of selenium, or individuals with low levels of chromium. We know this affects the immune system. We know this decreases a person's ability to be well, their ability to ward off disease and infection. So right now we have a crisis because we need these minerals, and these minerals are not in the soil. So we need a high quality source of supernutrient minerals for our body to function. Now let me ask you to take a look at what's involved when you make a choice, when you get involved in trying to figure out what kind of mineral supplement that you need. There are three major types of mineral supplements. There's metallic, there's chelated, and there's ionically charged plant-derived minerals. Let me tell you that the ones that are superior are the plant-derived ionically charged minerals. Those are the ones that will assimilate and absorb into your body. So when you're looking at your supplement and you're going through your checklist of what makes a nutritional supplement significant, when you get to your minerals, you need to be certain that they're ionically charged, that they are plant-derived, and that you get somewhere between 67 or 70 of these minerals for your body. Now let's go further. As a matter of fact, I will predict that in someday, as mothers, when they send their little kids off to school these days, say, did you take your vitamins today? In the next 20 to 30 years, you're going to hear mothers say to their children, did you take your minerals today? Because that's how important this is. So this crisis must be dealt with, and it has to be dealt with today. Now, in addition to that, what makes your nutritional supplement very significant and super significant is the ability to have antioxidants in your supplement. Now, what are antioxidants? Well, we've heard this word so many times. Antioxidant. Oxidation itself is aging and stress. In other words, oxidation is like rusting. You know, if you take an apple and you cut it open and you see how it turns brown, that's oxidation. Well, what we're going through today right now is what I call the rusting of America. People are oxidizing. The concept is oxidative stress. What does oxidative stress look like? Fatigue, lethargy, stress, weight gain, burnout, depression. That's what we're dealing with. So we need to have a formula. In our formula of supernutrient, it is intelligent to have an active source of antioxidants that will protect you for your aging process. We know nerve power is important. We know mind power is important. We know vitamins are important, but we also need to have antioxidants. Now, it's interesting, the concept of antioxidants comes from understanding what fights off disease. And what fights off this stress or disease that we're talking about, these radicals, these free radicals. The free radicals are nothing more than stress and toxins. So antioxidants, what they do is protect your body from the damage of free radicals or toxins. So in your formula, you want to have a potent antioxidant formula. And we look to nature for these types of nutrients, and what comes to mind are things like spirulina, bee pollen, and exotic fruits. Now, something that's very exciting that's happening is we have just become aware of a new natural antioxidant that grows in a very natural fruit, and the name of that fruit is mangosteen. And we're going to talk about mangosteen today because mangosteen can very well be the richest and the most potent source of antioxidants for any plant or any fruit in our entire world. And there is a medical term called the ORAC value. The ORAC value, O-R-A-C value of a food, which tells a doctor or a scientist how potent your antioxidant is. The ORAC value represents oxygen radical absorption capacity. We know that mangosteen has the highest ORAC value of any fruit in nature. That's how powerful it is. The ORAC value of mangosteen is something like 7,000, and the closest fruit to that is somewhere in the 3,000 range. So it's a super antioxidant. In addition to that, we know mangosteen is an incredibly healing plant. The word phytonutrient may come up in your vocabulary. Phytonutrient, meaning nutrients in plants that give life, that generate health. Mangosteen is rich in phytonutrients. What else can mangosteen do? Scientific journal studies have shown that mangosteen is effective as sometimes chemotherapeutic agents in fighting off cancer cells. Mangosteen is known as an effective anti-inflammatory. Mangosteen is known as an effective antimicrobial. As a matter of fact, its early folklore was that it was used to treat dysentery and diarrhea. So here you have a super potent fruit, the mangosteen fruit, and of course the rind, the pericarp, is where it could very well be the single most richest source of phytonutrients. And the reason it is that mangosteen has a very special nutrient in it, and that is xanthones. The xanthones is a family of antioxidants. There's some 200 antioxidants in nature, and some 40 of those are residing in the mangosteen fruit itself. So mangosteen is a super nutrient, super powerful antioxidant with xanthones that keep your body fresh, that give you an anti-aging edge. And that is why you want to have in your supplementation, in addition to your vitamins, in addition to your essential minerals, you want to have some type of antioxidation. And further, beyond that, you want to also have in your supplementation, you want to have something that boosts your immune system. Remember, we're dealing with a crisis right now. People are getting tired and stressed down the road, somewhere between the ages of 30 to 45 and 30 to 55. 85 to 95% of the population goes into the tension fatigue syndrome. Stress, tension, fatigue, weight gain, depression, etc. So by 55 is when most people begin to show signs of the degenerative diseases, cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, etc. So you want to have an immune booster. In your supplement, it would be intelligent in making that supplement nutritionally significant to have an immune booster like aloe vera. And aloe vera, for example, through the folklore, through the years, some call it the wand of heaven, the plant of life. It's been known, for example, to be inscribed in the tombs of the pharaohs. It goes way back into ancient Egypt. It has been described in the Bible. Cleopatra was known to use it as a beauty secret. But the beauty of the aloe vera is in its immune boosting capacity. It's filled with phytonutrients, it's filled with supernutrients, and it's also very alkaline. And that's very important in body chemistry because the bodily fluids in your body thrive in an alkaline medium and do poorly in an acid medium. And which is just like, for example, acid rain, the toxins that come from the environment and get in the soil that deplete the soil. So acid rain, acid systems, not good. So aloe vera is another important component to your program. So think about it. What would it be like? What would it be like if you had a nutritional supplement, a superior nutritional supplement that was significant in that it combined for you in liquid form? It already combined for you vitamins, essential minerals, antioxidants, and immune boosters in one easy to digest, ready to go, simple, effective form, instead of taking a number of vitamins, a wide variety of supplements, that may very well interfere with each other's absorption and assimilation and leave you a residue versus a supplement that can have everything in it that will give you the power and the supernutrient charge that you're looking for. To me, it's very exciting that there is such a supplement that will combine the vitamins and the essential minerals and the supernutrients and the antioxidants and the immune boosters. So the key here is you want quality antioxidant protection. You want to have the kind of immune system that can deal with the upcoming high-tech world. You need nerve power. You need mind power. The time is ripe. The time to take action is now. Every day you have the opportunity to adjust your own level of supernutrients. Every day you have a choice. You can begin today to take charge of your life. You are in the right place. You are at the right time. You are part of this wellness revolution. And you and your family and your loved ones can make a difference. Superior nutrition is the way to zap out this metabolic friction. Superior nutrition is the way to zap out this metabolic burnout. And how do you do it? You adjust your supernutrient level on a daily basis. And you do this by taking a powerful, high-performing, action-oriented, stimulating nutrient supplement that's significant, that will give you an ability to take charge of your life.
For more information on the product that Dr. Meltzer is referring to, please contact the person that gave you this audio presentation. Information and statements regarding dietary supplements discussed have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Make sure to check out our food YouTube channel called Notus Foods. This is 100% Dr. Wallach approved, and the chef that is preparing the food here and teaching you how to follow Dr. Wallach's food guidelines and Dr. Glidden's food guidelines. He's an industry professional, over 22 years experience and a college diploma to back it up. And we do have experienced cooks and bakers as well, working on content for the YouTube channel Notus Foods and the Instagram channel Notus Foods. It's 100% gluten-free, oil-free, all the stuff about burning fats and all of the rules that you would need to know or follow. We're here to teach it to you here, as well as give you tons of ideas for recipes, individual dishes, and meals. Of course, in the near future, we do have a cookbook coming out. Stay tuned for it.